Cowboys Nation, today is a day that weighs heavily on all of us who follow this team, not just for the scores, not just for the highlights, but for the human stories behind the helmets. Marzhon Nelland was more than just a player on the roster. He was a young man with dreams, determination, and a presence that extended far beyond the field. The news of his passing has sent shockwaves through the organization, the locker room, and the entire community, leaving a sense of grief and reflection that goes beyond the usual discussions of games and plays. It is moments like this that remind us that football, for all its competition and glory, is built on human lives and relationships, on the connections players make with their teammates, coaches, and fans alike. Marzhon was beginning to make his mark with the Dallas Cowboys, showing flashes of talent, work ethic, and potential that had many excited about what he could contribute in the seasons to come. But beyond the field, his life, his character, and the love he carried for those around him were what truly defined him. He was a devoted son, a brother, an uncle, a cousin, a nephew, a grandson, and a friend. Those who knew him described him as kind, humble, determined, and full of a light that seemed to touch every life he encountered. This is not just the loss of a player. This is the loss of someone who had the ability to inspire and uplift, whose spirit carried hope and warmth into every room he entered. On the morning of November 5th, 2025, events unfolded in a way that no one could have anticipated. A vehicle pursuit led to an abandoned car along the southbound lanes of Dallas Parkway near Warren Parkway. It was later confirmed that Marzhon Nelland had taken his own life. Law enforcement agencies, including the Dallas Police Department and the Frisco Police Department, responded promptly, establishing perimeters and conducting searches with K-9 units and drones. But despite their efforts, the outcome was tragic. It is difficult to put into words the impact that such an event has on a team and a community that rallies behind a young man who has only just begun to show what he is capable of. The tragedy underscores an important message that is often overlooked in the rush of sports reporting, in the excitement of game day. The mental and emotional well-being of athletes is just as critical as their physical performance. Marzhon's passing reminds us that behind the training regimens, the film study, and the intense competition, there are young men grappling with pressures, personal struggles, and emotions that can be overwhelming. The Cowboys organization released a statement expressing their sorrow, emphasizing Marzhon's role as a beloved teammate and the deep affection they held for him as an individual. It was a moment to acknowledge not just his contributions on the field, but his humanity, his relationships, and the impact he had on those around him. Likewise, the NFL Players Association expressed their condolences, highlighting the profound effect of Marzhon's passing on the league community and offering support and counseling resources to help players navigate the grief and shock. Among the roster, players like Dak Prescott and Solomon Thomas have experienced losses in their own families under similar circumstances, and this has undoubtedly brought an added layer of empathy and understanding to how the team is processing the tragedy. The support structures within the Cowboys organization and the NFL aim to provide guidance. But the reality remains that grief is a deeply personal and often complicated journey, and the loss of someone like Marzhon leaves a void that cannot simply be filled by policies or programs. Marzhon's family also shared a heartfelt statement, offering insight into the man he was beyond the public eye. They described him as someone whose light shone brightly, whose kindness and love touched countless hearts, and whose presence brought joy and warmth into every relationship he cultivated. They expressed the depth of their grief while asking for privacy as they come together to remember and honor his life. The statement resonates not only because of the tragic circumstances, but because it offers a glimpse of the person Marzhon was, the laughter he brought, the determination he carried, and the unspoken ways in which he inspired those around him. Even in mourning, the celebration of his character reminds us that sports figures are not simply statistics or highlights. They're human beings whose lives can have profound and lasting effects on everyone they encounter. This moment also serves as a stark reminder to all of us in the sports community and beyond. Reaching out for help, checking in on friends, and acknowledging struggles openly is essential. The NFL and the Dallas Cowboys have reiterated the importance of support and mental health resources, emphasizing that players and fans alike are never truly alone, even in the darkest moments. Messages have poured in from teammates, friends, and fans, expressing solidarity, condolences, and love for Marzhon and his family, creating a network of compassion that extends far beyond the field. Social media, while often a platform for debate and highlight reels, has also become a space for collective mourning and support, where emojis and posts carry meaning, where small gestures remind everyone that someone cares, that someone is listening, and that help is available for those who need it. For a team in the middle of the season, this loss changes the dynamic of every practice, every meeting, and every game. The Cowboys have a bye week, which might seem trivial in the context of sports schedules, but in this moment, it provides a pause, a space to grieve, to reflect, and to come together as an organization. Coaches, teammates, and staff must navigate the balance between continuing the competitive pursuit of championships and honoring the life of a teammate who is no longer with them. The weight of grief intersects with the physical and mental demands of professional football, reminding everyone that even in a world driven by scores and statistics, humanity remains at the core. Marzhon's legacy, his work ethic, his light, and his relationships will remain a guiding force for those who shared the locker room, the practice fields, and the bonds that are forged in the intensity of the game. As fans, as a community, and as a nation that follows the Dallas Cowboys with passion, it is a moment to reflect on what truly matters. Wins and losses, playoff chances, and draft picks fade in comparison to the significance of human life and the impact one person can have on the lives of others. Marzhon Nelland's story reminds us to cherish those around us, to acknowledge struggles, to offer support, and to understand that sometimes the greatest victories are not measured on the scoreboard, but in the lives we touch and the love we share. As the Cowboys organization and fans begin to process this unimaginable loss, the focus naturally shifts to the locker room, to the men who shared practice fields, film rooms, and countless hours together with Marzhon Nelland. For players, teammates are more than just colleagues. They are brothers, people who push each other to excel, who celebrate victories together, and who shoulder the weight of defeat side by side. When someone like Marzhon, full of potential and promise, is suddenly gone, it leaves an emptiness that cannot be filled with motivational speeches or game plans. Coaches and staff face the delicate challenge of supporting the team emotionally while maintaining the structure and routine that professional football demands. Each practice, each meeting, and each walk onto the field carries with it the weight of remembrance, a quiet acknowledgement that someone who mattered, someone whose energy and passion shaped the environment, is no longer there. It is a stark reminder that the world of professional sports, for all its intensity and spectacle, is ultimately about people, relationships, and the bonds formed in pursuit of shared goals. The Cowboys, known for their strong locker room culture, have long emphasized family as a core part of their identity. Today, that identity takes on an even deeper meaning. Players like Dak Prescott and Solomon Thomas, who have experienced personal losses of their own, undoubtedly carry a unique perspective on the grief that now touches every corner of the team. Their leadership and empathy become vital, helping teammates navigate emotions that are raw, complex, and often difficult to articulate. Coaches, too, play a critical role, not just in instructing plays or analyzing film, but in fostering an environment where players feel supported, where reaching out for help is encouraged, and where the mental and emotional well-being of every individual is prioritized. The Dallas Cowboys are faced with a situation that transcends X's and O's, a reminder that victories on the scoreboard mean little if the human cost of silence, of unspoken struggles, remains unaddressed. Beyond the locker room, the broader football community has rallied in support. Messages from fellow players, alumni, and fans flood social media, not as mere posts, but as collective acts of solidarity, a shared recognition of the profound loss. The NFL Players Association, in coordination with teams, emphasizes counseling resources and support networks, but it is the personal connections, the phone calls, the texts, the check-ins that often carry the most meaning. In the whirlwind of game schedules, media obligations, and professional responsibilities, these small acts of attention and care are lifelines, reminders that each person's well-being matters deeply and immediately. Marzhon's passing has amplified this message, making it clear that sports figures are not immune to the pressures, struggles, and mental health challenges that exist off the field. His story serves as a cautionary reminder and a call to action for teams, leagues, and fans alike to prioritize mental health, to notice signs of distress, and to act with compassion and urgency. The impact on upcoming games, even with the team on a bye week, is already being felt. Football is a game of focus, of routine, of mental preparation, and grief disrupts all of that. Players who once walked into the stadium with confidence and purpose now carry a heaviness that cannot be quantified in statistics. Every play, every drill, every moment in meetings carries echoes of Marzhon, memories of shared laughs, lessons learned on and off the field, and the weight of his absence. Coaches must balance the competitive drive of a team chasing victories with the human reality of loss, understanding that emotional healing cannot be scheduled or forced. This delicate equilibrium between competition and compassion is perhaps one of the most challenging aspects of professional sports. Yet it is also what defines great organizations. Those that understand the humanity of their players, that prioritize people over performance when necessary, and that provide the space to grieve while gradually reintroducing focus and structure. Marzhon's family, in their public statements, emphasized his character, his love for others, and the way his presence could light up a room. They asked for privacy, a reminder that beyond the cameras, the broadcasts, and the headlines, there are individuals grappling with pain and loss that cannot be captured in a soundbite. Their words also reflect the enduring influence of Marzhon's life, the impact he had on those around him, and a legacy of kindness, determination, and love that he leaves behind. For teammates, remembering Marzhon is not just about mourning his passing, but about honoring his spirit, embodying the values he stood for, and allowing those lessons to influence how they live, how they play, and how they support one another. In the often competitive and individualistic world of professional sports, these reminders of shared humanity are vital, grounding the team in principles that go far beyond wins and losses. Fans, too, play an important role in this process of remembrance and reflection. The Cowboys have always had a passionate fan base, a community that celebrates triumphs and endures heartbreak alongside the team. In moments like this, the connection between fans and players takes on a deeper meaning. Messages of condolences, stories shared about Marzhon's impact, and tributes to his life create a collective memory that reinforces the idea that football is more than a game. It is a network of relationships, a platform where people connect, and a space where support can manifest in meaningful ways. The public outpouring of love and concern not only honors Marzhon, but also strengthens the fabric of the community, reminding everyone involved that empathy and compassion are essential in both sports and life. As the Cowboys move forward, there will be no instant recovery, no quick return to normalcy. The echoes of this day will resonate through the locker room, through the halls of the facility, and through the hearts of fans who have come to care deeply about the players as individuals, not just athletes. Grief is not linear, and its effects will be felt in moments of silence, in conversations, and in the way each person approaches the game they love. Yet in this struggle lies an opportunity, a chance for the team to come together, to lean on one another, and to embody the values Marzhon represented: kindness, determination, humility, and love. In honoring his memory, the Dallas Cowboys are called to elevate their support for one another, to ensure that no player feels alone, and to carry forward the light of a teammate who, though gone too soon, will continue to inspire through the lives he touched. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The NFL rumor mill is heating up, and this one might just shake the league to its core. Sources close to the situation suggest that George Kittle, the superstar tight end known for his jaw-dropping catches and relentless blocking, is reportedly set to join the Dallas Cowboys. While nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders are whispering about negotiations that could bring one of the most dynamic offensive weapons in the game to Jerry Jones' squad. Kittle, who has been a force for the San Francisco 49ers, has consistently demonstrated a rare combination of power, agility, and football IQ that makes defenders tremble. Cowboys fans have long dreamed of pairing a talent like him with their already explosive offense, and the prospect of seeing Kittle in silver and blue has sparked excitement and speculation across social media and fan forums alike. Sources suggest that the move would immediately bolster the Cowboys' passing game, giving quarterback Dak Prescott a reliable, game-changing target. While the details remain murky, the buzz is impossible to ignore. Some insiders hint at a big-money deal in the works, designed not just to lure Kittle to Dallas, but also to signal the team's intent to contend for the Super Bowl in the coming season. Analysts are already imagining the ways Kittle could change the dynamics of the Cowboys' offense, from critical third-down conversions to red zone dominance. The mere possibility has caused betting lines to shift slightly and fans to speculate wildly about offensive schemes, jersey numbers, and highlight reel touchdowns. Of course, it's worth noting that this is still very much in the rumor stage. Contracts, medicals, and league approval could all affect the outcome, meaning the Cowboys faithful may have to wait for the official announcement before popping the champagne. But if the whispers prove true, this could be one of the most electrifying acquisitions in recent memory. George Kittle in Dallas? The NFL offseason just got a whole lot more interesting. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.